Welcome back for the third part of One Man's Faith. My name is Neil Owen again. We're looking at Revelation. We're just starting to look at Revelation. Now, this is the most important thing to understand, and that is the first 5 words of verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ. That's what this book is about. The revelation of Jesus Christ. It doesn't say the revelation of the end times or things that are to come. It says the revelation of Jesus Christ. Okay? It brings forth who Jesus is. And we're going to see him in different roles throughout the book. And that's what I want us to understand. It's the revelation of Jesus. Now, the timing. What time? I just talked about that a few minutes ago. If you look at verse 4, it says, John, to the 7 churches of which are in Asia, grace to you and peace from him who is, who was, and who is to come. There are parts in this book that are present tense, past present tense, and future. Do you see that? It's talking about Jesus, who is present, who was past present, and who is to come future. Okay? In other words, no matter what age we're in, this book has meaning to us. Okay? We can't look like we're going to look in just a minute at the 7 churches. We can't look at them and say, oh, okay, well, that one belongs to this age, so I don't have to worry about what it says. No. No, all of that speaks to us. All of that speaks to us. Now, the language. Revelation is a Hebraic book. Okay? John was Hebrew. All right? John wasn't Greek. John was Hebrew. John was a Jew. Jesus is Hebrew. Jesus was a Jew. All right? The book talks about, and its terminology is Hebraic. And if we miss that point, then we're going to miss a lot of what's in this book. Of Revelations, there are 404 verses. 278 contain quotes or allusions to the Old Testament. All right? 68% of Revelation either is or contains Hebrew scripture or Old Testament scripture. It's very possible it was written in Hebrew. Very possible it was written in Hebrew, as I believe was most of the New Testament, even though it was transliterated to Greek, and we look at it from that standpoint. Now, along with that, we need to understand this. The Greek mindset had 2 levels. It was either literal or it was allegorical. Okay? Especially when it comes to scriptures or things written. It's either literal or it's allegorical. It's either something that, yes, I know and can see, or it alludes to something else. Okay? In the Hebrew communication communicates at 4 levels all at once. You have the 2 that I just talked about, the simple or the literal, the hinting or allegorical. The next level is commentary or comparison. You can get a hint of that out of most of the book. And the last is called deep or hidden. Let me just give you an example. Revelations 3, verse 20. Scripture you're very familiar with. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. And if anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and will dine with him and he with me. Now, we've been taught most of our lives, and we use this scripture a lot to say that Jesus is standing at the door of your heart and he's knocking and he's waiting for you to open that door up so that he can come into you. You know what I'm saying, don't you? That is one level that verse gives us. It's hard. Well, the literal would be this. He's standing at the door. He's standing at a door and he's knocking, okay? The allegorical is he's standing at the door of my heart and knocking, okay? Now, I'm not sure about how we can get commentary. We can get commentary out that if he's standing there knocking and you open the door, then he'll come in, okay? But there's another meaning too, a deeper meaning. In Hebrew marriage covenant procedures, if I could, okay? The way a man and woman start the process that leads to marriage in the Hebrew tradition is this. The groom comes to the bride's house and he stands at the door and he knocks. And it's up to the bride to let him in. If the bride says to the father, "No, Dad, don't let him in. I don't want to marry him," then the marriage procedure stops right there. But if she says, "Yes, Dad, that's the man I want to marry," then the father opens the door and the groom and his father come in, and the next thing that happens is a meal. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone opens that door, hears my voice and opens, I will come in and dine with him. You see, a lot of what this book talks about and shows us is a marriage. And it starts right there. So there are a lot of different meanings. So a lot of what you hear people say is very true about it. But you can get in trouble if you look at this book and look at what they're saying and get scared for the future. That's not what this book is about. This book is not about trying to scare you. It's about giving you a blessing from the fact that he's coming back. That Jesus is coming. We just need to be ready. You see, the message of this is this. We're going to a wedding. We're either going to be part of it or we're going to be there to watch it. All are invited to this wedding, but not all will make it. It does depend on whether you open the door and let him in into your heart, because the only way is through Jesus. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father but through me. No other way. Hare Krishna can't do it. Buddha can't do it. Mother Nature can't do it. Allah can't do it. Only through Jesus is that the way to heaven and to God. The only way. He tells us that. He tells us that. There are 7 major players within the marriage procedure. The bride, the groom, the groom's family, the bride's family, the scribe, and 2 witnesses. And you see them in this book. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back.